So I've got something quite cool for us today, and it's actually it's an invertebrate in February. You see those ants crawling around in there, messing about in the sap of this maple. Well, that ant species, that is sorry, I'm checking my notes. I got to write stuff down because I can't remember probably because of all my concussions. But anyways, this is a Prenolepis imparis, which is a native ant. It's a native to North America. So I'll flash up the range map real quickly here. You can see range stretches from mostly Canada to Mexico, it looks like about. But the common names here for this ant are the false honeypot ant, or the false honey ant, or the winter ant. And that name, the winter ant, it hints at this ant's modus operandi, okay? So the way this ant works is basically it's only active at I keep panning off the ants. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to read my notes. It's only active in the lower temperatures, meaning that the time of activity seasonally, it's going to be in the winter or the early spring. It doesn't mind it near the freezing temperatures. This ant, the Prenolepis, is actually he's a-okay with that kind of. Or these are actually probably all she's, honestly, given the way ant breeding structures work. But these workers are all fine with these lower temperatures. Now they're tapping each other around. They're having a grand old time. It's about 50 today, so it's probably kind of warm for them. They might be sweating a little bit. I'm anthropomorphizing, but I'm more like anthropomorphizing, but that's beside the point. So like I said, they're only active at the lower temperatures, meaning winter and early spring. Come summertime, they'll seal themselves off in their underground burrow and enter a hibernation-like state known as estivation. Different from hibernation because you're avoiding a different set of temperatures. Estivation there. Similar principle to hibernation, though. Just wait out the unfavorable conditions by shutting down your body, more or less. Interestingly enough, I was reading about this ant's defensive capabilities, because if you look at the abdomens, they're kind of pointy looking. Like, you might think these guys could do me some damage, and I'm usually scared of ants just because of sheer numbers. They unnerve me. I have what I like to consider a healthy respect for ants. But anyways, these guys will reportedly secrete this white opaque liquid out of the abdomen as a defensive measure against other ant species, including an invasive species of ant, the Argentine ant. I'll flash up the name there. Something with an L humile, I don't know. But the Argentine ant. So it'll use that defensive compound, and that defensive compound has been shown in research to be lethal against the invasive ant. So maybe there's an application there in biocontrol, perhaps, against the Argentine ant using the chemicals sequestered or utilized by the Prenolepis imparis. I was wondering, and the cool thing about this ant, of course, is it's the fact that it's being active in these lower temperatures, and it's thought that the activity at lower temperatures is a measure to reduce competition for resources. Because you can imagine, if you're the only ant out during the winter, you're going to have a monopoly on all the resources. So, that would probably mean a lot of seed gathering for these guys, I would presume. I wonder how useful these guys are in the Myrmecoccurus sense. I'm wondering if these guys how important they are in the distribution of spring ephemerals in woodland systems, actually, is what's going through my head right now. But so there you go. That's Prenolepis imparis, their foraging schedule. What these ones are doing, they're eating sap, which is being emitted from a maple tree, because I had a yellow-bellied sapsucker visit me this winter. So that little dude, probably a male based on what I read about their behavior and stuff in the literature, but that little dude came around here, pounded some wells into my maple tree, and left for probably the boreal forests. Or no, he would have been going south. I don't know. It was weird when he came up here. It was during a cold spell, which seems like a weird time for a bird to be moving around. That's beside the point. Prenolepis imparis, everybody. The winter ant. A very cool species, and a sure sign of spring.